Step 3. Learning about subdomains. A subdomain is a subsection of your website that exists as a subdirectory in your root public HTML directory. This is the root folder of your hosting account. Think of the C drive on your Windows computer. Subdomains use a prefix in conjunction with the domain name. For example, if your domain name was example.com, the subdomain would be prefix.example.com. Subdomains can be useful for creating unique user accounts for vanity domains. This is helpful if, for example, you have a blog or any other type of website that uses a domain specifically titled for a user. It's also useful for building a site and preparing it for the public without being accessible by entering in your main domain, so you control when it's visible or easily accessible to visitors. If you're at this part of the tutorial, your main domain is already completely set up, and no further action is required for your domain. However, since we'll be building many websites with these guides during the learning process, we're going to be building them separately using subdomains. You won't build a website on your main domain until you're ready to go live. You can also build your website intending to go live on a subdomain, then change it to your main domain via your cPanel. We'll cover all of this in later guides. For now, just know that for each website we build, we'll set up a subdomain for it. So instead of being accessed at www.yourdomain.com, it will be located at oursubdomain.yourdomain.com. To create a subdomain, click the subdomains icon listed under the Domain section of cPanel. Enter in the desired prefix in the subdomain field. Select the desired main domain from the pull-down menu. This is most likely the main domain that you're using with your CodeNinjas account, but this becomes useful if you begin managing multiple domains. Enter the home directory for the subdomain into the document root field. This is the directory where we'll be putting files pertaining to the subdomain. Click Create. A quick note about document root. Your root folder is the main folder of your hosting account where all of your files are placed. Think of it as the C drive on your computer. All of the websites with subdomains we build will be placed in the subfolder. On our hosting account, our C drive is a folder called public_HTML. You'll see this when we upload our first website to our host. So, when creating a subdomain, you also create the subfolder that you'd like to place it in. This can be called anything you want. For example, for our first site, we can choose the subdomain myfirstsite and enter in a folder called myfirstsite. This would make our site address http://myfirstsite.yourdomain.com, and the folder for our files would be put in public_HTML/myfirstsite. Don't worry about understanding all this now. We'll cover it in step by step when we build our first website. This is just for your reference. Now that we have our first subdomain, let's learn how to delete it. On the subdomain page, click the Remove link corresponding to the subdomain that you'd like to remove. Confirm that you would like to remove the subdomain by clicking Yes. To keep the subdomain, click No.